Coach. Last week, I thought you guys had somewhat of a promising game, not the outcome that you wanted. But you guys are going into Miami against a team that got smacked around pretty bad, so they're obviously going to come out very tough for you. What's the mentality you're trying to bring into with your guys down to South Beach?
A mentality of embrace the challenge. I think we've had that every week, though. I think I've never questioned the mentality of the group. I think in every away game we've gone with a mentality of really attacking the game. And we were pleased with elements, and I've said this before, but we were pleased with elements of the Cincinnati game. I said after on my press, it was night and day from going there last year. It's a difficult place. And we've had some positive performances in Miami as well, whether it be Noche d'Or or the draw that we feel we should have won. So really difficult place, a team obviously that's stacked with quality, but the mentality in training this week has been really positive. Obviously frustrated, huge drive, but I think elements of the performance that we've worked on, but just a huge desire to execute a result really.
Coach, you obviously, MLS can be a forgiving league, especially early on in the campaign, but you also don't want to dig too big of a hole for yourself early. Is this an essential game where this team has to be able to get some points from it?
I think we felt like that in the Cincinnati game. I think every time we go on the road, because of our away record, it's a huge desire and a huge focus is to execute a result, because we know our away record is one where it is, but also we want to solidify league position. We want a strong home record and we want a better away record. So every time we don't get the result, the desire and the hunger just builds, and I see that in the players. And we've said this week, tactically and physically, those are huge elements of football. But executing results is one thing that we have a huge frustration with, but a huge desire to improve and to execute.
Roberto?
There was a lot of players absent today via injury and also via national team call-ups. Can you tell us who's going to be available and what the situation is with Berg Risa, and also the reports about Christian McFarland possibly being sold to Manchester City? If you can update us on those.
A lot of questions there.
Yeah.
First, let me pick them apart. So first one, players that are available. So we don't have all of our players back from international duty, but we don't have any negative or any reports that there's been anything picked up on international duty. Obviously, Jovan and Munsef, we're still waiting on full reports. We're still waiting on them to return, but I got a chance to watch a lot of our players. I got reports on Christian McFarland, who's with England. I watched Munsef, I watched Jovan. Mitja is back with us. So out of all those players, we're still waiting on some, but I expect them all to be available. Tavon returned and trained. Kevin O'Toole is still in concussion protocol, so he's working through that. We're hoping that will be positive, and he hasn't failed one of the steps yet, but there's still many steps to go. So, and we'll also work with the doctors and to see whether it is the right decision to put him in a game. Hasn't trained this week. Berg Risa hasn't trained because you see he came off in the game. He's getting pain in his lower leg. It's a foot injury that he's getting pain in. We don't feel like it's a major injury, but it is pain dependent. It's nothing that requires any treatment, surgery or anything. So it's not severe, but it's pain dependent, and you can see he can't finish the game against Cincinnati. So we're going through that process of whether he is managed through a pain tolerance program or whether he needs to be offloaded to really, to reduce the amount. It's really simple. Do we play him 55, 60, 75, 80 minutes and push him to what he can do? Or do we offload him so that we can get him fully? And we're working through that. We're in that process with no final decision on it. But he didn't train today, so that's not positive. Christian McFarland, that's new to me. So he is returning from England duty and will be in the squad for Miami. And with Kevin O'Toole, potentially it's a huge opportunity for him. But we'll work through that. It's really difficult to say whether a guy is going to start a game or play parts in the game when he is 3,000 miles away playing for his country. So when he comes back, we'll see what condition he's in, what mentality he's in, and we'll work through. But he's a really valuable member of our squad, and without him we only have one left back. So in my opinion, he's going nowhere.
Thank you.
Mohammed with the Exchange. So 2 questions. We saw Tallis back today in training a little bit. What's his status? And then also, you mentioned about the international breaks. Have you watched any of the games, and what's your thoughts on the players that were called up and played there?
Yeah, so Tellez was out on the grass, which is hugely positive. He wasn't with the team though, so I think that's going to be one that is ongoing. It's the same. You can see out there he's on the ball, he's running, but he's not fit to go in the squad yet. He's still working through that, so I leave him with the medical guys. He's in good spirits, but we just need to work through his process. He won't be available. Yeah, I watch all the players because I fully support them on international duty, and their success is our success. Our culture here is built on trying to build a group that has clear goals and clear success, and through that you will get your individual success. And I think Munsef is a good example of that. I watched his game. He came in yesterday on 30 minutes. Good assist, but he should score. And I think he'll know that that'll be the first thing that I will say to him. But I think it's the fact that he's coming into those goal chances at that level is a huge positive for him, and one that he should really embrace as a real positive and use it as fuel to continue working. Jovan played the first game, missed the second game, and then played the next one. For Jovan we want to get him in the number 9 and get him scoring goals. And I haven't spoken to him, so I will see what his mentality is like coming back and his how he feels after international. Great for Mitja because they got positive results. So I think for Mitja it's he has a huge desire to succeed with his national team with the 21s, and I think I was speaking to him before. I think some of the results went for them. An Austrian draw went for them as well, so it puts them in a really good spot. Christian was pleased with the first game. I had a report on him yesterday. They had a really difficult game against France, which I think is a really good exercise for Christian to play in a game of that level, and one that we'll go through the clips with him and we'll support him on it. Thomas Romero didn't play in the first game, and I will go through it with him to see how that worked for him. Tavon, obviously we watched. He came on in the USA game, and then he came on in the second game. I support all the guys on international duty. I think it's been positive for them. Of course, I would rather have them in a game that we play in, but when they go away on international duty, it's a huge positive for us that they get that recognition.
Keaton, obviously you missed the last game with the red card. What did you do in that time frame just to stay positive and to be able to, knowing you were going to help the team this week against Miami?
Yeah, just normal stuff. I was working hard all week, did extra training, worked after practice knowing I didn't have a game on the weekend, had my own training on Saturday alone out here with Jake, full field, everything. So, I was working, just trying to better myself and get ready for this next weekend.
Was it frustrating? Obviously, it's frustrating not being able to be on the field, but what did you see in that game that your team did so well that you think they weren't rewarded for?
Yeah, I was happy with the game, honestly. It's a tough team, tough place to go and get a result in. And it was unfortunate to not get a result, but I think the team played well for the personnel we had. We missed a lot of players in the national team, and then, of course, my mistake. But I think we just need to execute in the final third more and take more risk and really go for more goals. Obviously, that's what wins games.
Yeah, you called it your mistake, but again, it seems sometimes that you guys have been kind of on the wrong end of a little bit of bad luck. Is that what you felt in that second yellow? Did you feel like, no, it was really kind of something I did?
Both. I think it could have gone either way. I had no intent. I was just trying to win the ball, and I caught the guy, So I don't want to say we're on the wrong end of bad luck. Like it does feel like there's a streak, but it's something that we need to fight our way out of and deserve and earn our points.
Yeah, you've been with this team through a lot. You've seen the evolution happen, kind of in the middle of a new version of that. How do you feel like the team is coming along, and do you see the light at the end of the tunnel?
Absolutely. There's always a light. Just knowing these guys, being in the locker room every day, we're all fighting for something. We all have the same goals and ambitions, and we're fighting for this club to move forward, get points, and move up the table.
So lastly, I have to ask you, Miami's coming up. Probably no Lionel Messi, but still a team that is looking to rebound after a bad result on their own. What are you doing differently to make sure that you keep them in check?
Same stuff. Going over film, training hard out here, working on tactics. But we're going out there for a win. We're not going to get a tie. We're not going for an away result. We're going to win every game. And with or without Messi, they have a top team, a strong attack. So we're going to be working on that, focusing on that, but we got to finish some goals.
I'm good, right? I'm hooked up?
Yeah.
Okay. Mitja, what's going on? Back from international break. You did a little bit of playing on the international level. Before we left, you were telling us how you were going out there, and some people were kind of looking down on the MLS somewhat. But you said with Messi coming in, now people are starting to change the way that they look at things.
Yeah, first of all, it's nice to be back. Yeah, it was a successful window. We beat Bosnia 3-0, so now we are in a really good spot for the Euros next year. Yeah, we talked about MLS and stuff in the Europe, so yeah, like you said, with the coming Messi to the league, I think the level raised, so everybody is looking different on the league, and obviously it helps a lot for us players and for the league to grow.
Now that you first came back, is obviously a tough test right off the bat. Two teams who really need a win. Where are you guys going into this mentally?
Yeah, we need 3 points. That's all. I think we make enough mistakes this season already, but the season is still young, so nothing is over, nothing is finished. Yeah, we just need to be confident, go in Miami with the head to get the 3 points and be a better team.
You're obviously a football fan, so going into this game, you have a lot of star power on the other side. Is there a part of you that's a fan that's like maybe looking forward to seeing some of these guys?
We played them already. Like I said, I think before Toronto already with Insigne, Bernadeschi. Like, to be honest, I really don't care who I play against for the 90 minutes. When the game will finish, okay, we will talk, we will see these players, but when you're on the pitch for the 90 minutes, it doesn't matter who you play against. So.
Whose shirt you trying to get?
Alba.
All right. I'm watching. We're watching. We're gonna watch it. Hopefully you get it.
Okay.
Perfect.
So, as a left back, do you like to go forward more than? Have you ever played like left wing or any other positions?
I've been winger until under 17.
Okay.
Then I moved to my ex-club, and they somehow put me on the right back, and I figured it out pretty good. And since then, my career went up. So yeah, like you see, I like to attack the game, try to help the team with crosses and final third passes. So yeah, I try to do that, and hopefully it will be even better.
Are you looking forward to getting called up for Slovenia national team, like the senior level?
I hope. They actually beat yesterday Portugal 2-0, so Cristiano got beaten. Good result. So yeah, I think they prepare for the Euros really well, and of course, I think every player's dream is to be part of the team. So I will do my best. I will train, and hopefully the invitation will come.
Is there anything that you saw in Miami's last game where they lost 4-0 that you're looking to exploit, where you know that they're weak?
I think you see that every team can get hurt. Even though they have star players, they still can get beaten up. They got pretty bad, like 4-0. It's not small result, but this won't change anything. We need to have the right mentality and go into the game for the 3 points.
Lastly, have you ever been to Miami? And two, have you ever eaten Cuban food?
Yeah, I've been to Miami I think now 2 times. Last year in the season and then the friendly game in November. Cuban food, no, I heard about it but I never tried.
Okay, thanks.